All right, workout 6. Here we go. Let's get into this one here. Similar stuff to what we've been up to: mobility, stability, functional movement. Exercise number 1 in this is going to be Hindu push-up. So this is going to look a lot in the beginning like a downward dog. So we're going to get a lot of good beneficial things happening through our shoulders and our spine, and in particular our low back as well. So I want to drive my hips up high to start this position. And on a Hindu push-up, where I'm going from here is I'm going to pull through my hands and my lats, and I'm going to bend at the elbow, and then I'm going to push through my hands to extend through my arms, straightening my elbows, and getting into this position, and then I'm slightly looking up. So if you look at this finished position, my hips are almost touching the ground, but they're not. And then I'm getting a lot of extension through my lower back here. I'm squeezing my butt, so I'm getting a really good stable position. You're not gonna hold it this long, but I'm just showing you what I'm up to here. Now, in order to get back to the start, I'm simply going to push through my hands and drive my butt high. So in real time, I'm just gonna dive down here by bending my elbows. My chest is going to come close to the floor, not going to touch, and then my hips are going to be close to the floor and not going to touch. And then I'm just going to push myself back to the top. So I'm bending through my elbows, now pushing my elbows straight because I'm pushing through my hands, looking up kind of towards the ceiling. Push my hips back up. Hips back up, bend through the elbows, chest comes close to the ground, hips come close to the ground. So that's our finished position, and then back up. So it's not quite a dive bomber push-up. In the dive bomber, I would reverse everything and come back to the start. On the Hindu push-up, we're simply, to get back to the start, just driving our hips back up to the ceiling. All right, so there's that. All right, so next up, after the Hindu push-ups, is going to be 4-count arm haulers. We know that. Very familiar with that exercise. After that is a core stability exercise called tripod hold. So we're going to go from a tall push-up plank position here. So I'm in this nice sturdy position. From here, I'm going to widen my feet out to at least shoulder width apart. I'm going to walk my left hand in just a little bit more to midline, and then I'm going to get into a tripod or a 3 points of contact position, and I'm going to hold this for 40 seconds. Notice this hand, I'm resting it on the small of my back, and I'm going to get into this position and maintain a solid plank position without doing a lot of shifting around. So 40 seconds, I'm looking to really maintain a solid plank position, and this is working me pretty good. But it's fun, right? So then from there, 40 seconds hits. I will switch hand positions, popping up, and just do the same thing with now my other hand in the ground and the other arm behind my back. So there's tripod hold. After tripod hold, we do running in place for a minute. Not going to show you that. You guys can handle that part. But from there, we're going to do a side-to-side plank. So once again, we are in tall plank position. And then from here, I'm just walking in a side-to-side pattern, constant movement on this. And the idea here is to maintain a level belt line and level shoulder line here. Meaning, I want to be very straight with my imaginary belt and very straight with my chest or my shoulder line instead of this. A lot of teeter-tottering back and forth, and my hips are rising up and down. So you want to be nice and sturdy, maintaining very stable lines instead of this up and down with your shoulders or this teeter-tottering of your hips. Tight core, strong glutes, strong low back. We're going to go into squat to reverse lunge. So squat, back up, step back lunge or reverse lunge with each leg. Squat, step back lunge, step back lunge, always under control. Step back lunge, step back lunge. So that's the pattern we're looking for on that. It is, this ball is going right in between the bottom part of my thighs, right above my knees. So I'm gonna walk my feet back. So I wanna squeeze into this ball. That's gonna engage the muscles on the inner part of my upper leg. So the inner part of my thigh muscles, these are the adductor muscles, AD. And a lot of times these can be some weakened muscles on us. We're trying to fill in the gaps, any kind of strength limitations we might have. So squeezing in the ball, and I'm coming up into my glute hip bridge. Glutes are active, right back down, squeezing into this ball. I'm just getting my arms out of the way. If you need more stability, you can keep your arms down on the ground. I'm gonna hold this top position about 3 to 5, but the whole time that I'm doing this, as I come up, I'm squeezing in with my legs into that ball. So I'm putting force into that ball. That's making those muscles on the insides, but my legs have to work, which is something good for me right now, just because of the fact that I'm trying to strengthen the muscles around my knees, and in particular on this inside or medial side of the muscle that's right up above my kneecap. So the way that you want to begin here is going to be heels into the ground, slightly leaning back. I'm just going to put my hands together. You can just interlock these fingers if you want. You can put them like this. You can make a fist, whatever you want to do. But from here, I'm going to lean back. It's going to engage these abdominal muscles. And I'm going to twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going to 30. So you don't have to get in a hurry here. I want to feel these oblique muscles have to work as I get this nice solid turn. So get a big turn here. A lot of you guys I've done the screen on, we do an assessment called multi-segmental rotation, and it's looking at the ability to rotate not only from the hips, but also from our torso. So get that torso turning. If you want a little bit more out of this, you can raise your legs up. Now you have to be a little bit more stable. It engages a little bit more here in the abdominals to maintain that position. Now bodybuilders, a lot of you guys are already familiar with this. So 8 counts. So I'm going to crouch down. Hands are going to hit the ground here. So this is 1, 2. And then from here, we'll go 3, 4. My feet go out. 5, 6, 7, 8 is standing up. So there actually is not necessarily a jump at the end of an 8-count bodybuilder. SB confirmed this. But give yourself some room here. I didn't do a very good job. There's a ledge over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs going out. 6, 7, 8 stands up. And then to finish out the circuit, you're going to do a 40-second wall sit. Find you a nice sturdy wall. Entire spine should be up against the wall. Thighs should be parallel to the ground. Knees should be 90 degrees. Feet underneath kneecap. So just find that nice seated position. 40 seconds. Good lower body stability exercise to finish off the circuit. Rest for a couple minutes and then get right back into it. All right. Move well, have fun.